How do you become a ChatGPT expert? I want to share with you my game behind the game. What's up? It's Rob Cressy, and I just got back from 3 days at $1 Million Mastermind 2023 in Dallas. And one of the seeds that I've been planting for a while is in the world of ChatGPT. So how in the world do you actually become an expert at ChatGPT? Let me unveil the cover and show you the game that I've been building and how you can apply this for what you're doing. So back in November, I used ChatGPT the very first week it came out. And within the first minute, immediately my life changed. I felt like I just used the internet for the first time. I knew this was going to change the world, and I wanted to be all in, and I wanted to be on that rocket ship. So I committed to using ChatGPT on a daily basis. And when the rest of the world is like, oh my God, I can create a blog post that sounds like Daffy Duck, I, the entrepreneur and creator, was sitting there being like, how do I turn $1 into $1.50? I legitimately see millions and billions of dollars at my ability to ask ChatGPT the right questions. So immediately I start framing this from a business growth perspective. So the next thing that I went ahead and did is created a Facebook group, ChatGPT for entrepreneurs and creators. By design, I named it that way because people were just searching in Facebook, ChatGPT, and very quickly we got up to 200 members of our community in pretty much 3 or 4 days. I was like, wow, this is a thing. There's some lightning in a bottle here. And since then, we're well over 700 people in this community, and it's absolutely unbelievable. So now I'm starting to build a few little assets here. And in January, I went to an Apex Entrepreneur meetup in Dallas for a few days. And while there, I went to a dinner the night before, and I'm coming in and ChatGPT is on my mind. So naturally, I start talking about it at dinner. And it just so happens the team leader who is running the dinner, Zach Hughes, he's also about ChatGPT. So we immediately vibe. We're sitting across from each other. Cool, man. This is awesome. I love Zach. He's been my team leader before. And we go on through the 2 days of the event. And after the first day, Zach pulls me aside. He's like, hey, man, make sure we have time to talk at some point later. I've got an idea I want to pass by you. I was like, let's go. I don't know what Zach's got, but I'm in for whatever it is. He comes to me and he's like, hey, Rob, I want to start a ChatGPT company and wanted to see if you'd be interested in partnering with me. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I've got this Facebook group where we're already seeing traction with it. I've already been all in on this for the last 2, almost 3 months now. So I know more about this stuff than almost anybody else. Yeah, let's go. And on the spot, I left the event with a business partner and we started a brand new company. And at that time, we Googled ChatGPT coach, ChatGPT program, ChatGPT course, ChatGPT mastermind. And this is back in January. And you know what appeared? Nothing. There was no search results, maybe 1 or 2 things from Udemy that was like a $19 program. And I'm like, that's not our demographic. That's not what we're going after. So there's really nothing in the entire internet or world that is currently helping people learn how to leverage ChatGPT in an organized manner. So immediately we started building our digital program to help people leverage ChatGPT like a pro for hyper productivity and growth. And thankfully for me, as a coach and creator, I have the skill set of knowing how to create programs. So boom, immediately we're creating that program. As that's happening, maybe about a month later, Billy Jean from Billy Jean is Marketing, who's unbelievable, such an amazing marketing mind. He's best in class. He comes out with an AI crash course. It's a 5-day thing. It's a low ticket offer. I attended and it is unbelievable. Some of the best information that I've ever seen in my life around AI. And since I'm already all in on this, I'm just soaking this up because the rest of the world is nowhere to be found on this. And as part of this, Billy had an upsell to join his AI marketing agency program. And I'm like, well, I'm already all in and this guy's best in class at everything he does. Let's go ahead and join this. So boom, I'm so excited. So not only are we building a company about AI, I'm also learning more about building an AI company from Billy Jean, the best in the world. And when I joined the program in week 1, he said, hey, we're looking for team leaders that want to lead within this community. And let's say there's like 400 people who signed up for this program. So naturally, I raise my hand as someone who wants to be a team leader because only good things can come from this. Number one, by being a team leader, you get more visibility with the person running a program. Number two, it shows that you're a go-giver. Number three, it shows that you're a leader. So now I'm going to get more high profile with him, as well as people within the organization, as well as the other members within the community. I'm like win, win, win across the board. Let's start planting those seeds and let's see what happens from that. Not even concerned if anything happens. I'm just going to do this because I love to do this. I then show up like I do in everything that I do as an absolute home run. I'm all in on the program. I lead and I show my work with excellence. Boom, I'm doing everything that you would want someone to do as a leader in the organization. And the things that I'm learning, boom, they are so good. I'm immediately implementing them into our business. I'm sharing them with our community. And in the process, it is turning me into a Chat GPT expert. And I was already an expert rolling into this. Now I'm like the expert of all experts. We're getting booked to speak on stages and do talks for companies and organizations. So we are about this life. And as the universe would smile at me, it just so happens that as we speak right now, we are in week 13 of the 16-week program that I've completed, and it has been so good. And as I mentioned, I just got back from $1 Million Mastermind in Dallas. And guess who was one of the speakers there? My man, Billy Jean, is marketing. So the week, or essentially 3 days before, I slid into his DMs, and I was like, hey, what's up, Billy? I'm Rob. I'm one of your team leaders. I've been on calls on the group with just the leaders and him. And I'm going to be at MDM. I saw that you're speaking. You have a few minutes to meet up. Billy Jean is a real G, and he's like, yeah, man, I got you. Would love to meet up and take a picture. He connects me with his team. And yesterday, after he speaks on stage in front of the 1,000+ people there, his team texted me and is like, hey, man, meet us next to the escalator. And boom, up rolls Billy Jean. We chop it up for, 5 or 7 minutes about, I give him my thoughts on the program, me as a leader, what can be done for more retention, because I legitimately want to provide value for him and feedback. And one, he is so good at what he does. He's a 15 out of 10 in his program. So I'm so thankful for what he's taught me, and I'm watching how he's doing things. So I'm learning from him. So I want to pour back into him and give him the real-time feedback to make his business better. At the same time, I also had the opportunity to ask him a question about scaling our business by speaking from stage and some of the things that we noticed, because we're starting to get a lot more inquiries from companies. And how do we deal with free versus paid versus having our offer at the end of it? How should we be thinking about this? And he gave me some great perspective about this. And the real gold nugget for me was he essentially said, you showing up sells more tickets. And of course, he was talking about him. And Billy, of course, sells more tickets. But really, the way that I took it was, because I'm an expert at Chat GPT and AI, and this is something that is a hot topic right now, me being a part of that event is going to sell more tickets for them. So therefore, keeping that as our mindset as we're scaling this, so good for me. Well, why am I sharing all of this? Because the seeds that I planted all the way back in November, from the first time that I used this, to starting the Facebook group, to starting the company, to joining his program, to being a group leader, all culminated with my ability to shoot him a DM and then get a conversation with Billy at MDM, something that nobody else got the opportunity to because I had built the relationship. And I wanted to share this because this is the game behind the game. When you invest in being forward thinking, doing things right, and showing up with excellence in everything that you do, greatness will come a calling. And I encourage you to hear in this story how you could apply this for everything that you do. I'm very, very strategic about every single thing that I do. And in building this AI rocket ship, I knew that we were going to be planting a lot of seeds, and there was going to be some things in the universe that I didn't know what were going to happen in a good way, but we are prepared for them. And one of them was Billie Jean. And it was a series of decisions that I made. And as we speak, I'm recording this on June 5th. So this is almost a 7-month burn for this seed to slowly sprout. But guess what? This is just one in a number of seeds that are going to sprout into a rocket ship for GPT leaders. So I encourage you to think about this in your game. What are the seeds that you're planting on a daily basis, but also on a long-term basis? And this is talking about both your action as well as your vision and what you see in the market. And I'm sharing this because I'm all in on AI and Chat GPT, among other things, but I'm also all in on helping people and growth in all areas of your life. Business, mindset, brand building and content, you name it. And when you come from this perspective, in the way that you build your game, great things can come from it. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your game look like in planting long-term seeds? You can hit me up on social media at Rob Cressy, sending tons of good vibes your way.